Hello, today I've got for review Hidizs AP60. It is a new model of pretty well-known company Hidizs, makers of popular player AP100. They released this AP100 few years ago and it gained pretty big popularity. And they didn't update its hardware for quite a long time. And now Hidizs woke up from this sleep and announced few interesting models. And first of them it is this AP60, small and affordable player that priced at $90. It's really small, it's pocketable and offers some nice interesting features. So let me tell about it in more details. Player came in this nice stylish box, same box used for the earphones that Hidizs announced, but I will cover them later. And on the back panel there are tech specs, supported formats and so on and so forth. So let's see the most interesting. 2-inch color screen, 320 by 240 points, very light, about 50 grams, really small. As USB dock used AK4552, and for the headphone amplifier used Max 97220A, and it gives its impact over the sound. Actually, I will talk about this later. It supports high res up to 24 beats, 192 kHz, and support almost every modern format. Have good specs. With one exception, its output power, only 35 milliwatts for 32 ohms load. It's not that much, but actually I think maybe okay for such a small device. It supports USB digital to analog converter functionality and Bluetooth with aptX codec, so it's good as a Bluetooth source. So box is nice and stylish. I've already pulled everything out as usual. So there is booklet about current and upcoming models of Hidizs. Actually, as you can see, they will offer series of these players with Marvel Heroes and Hello Kitty edition. Not sure why for, but and upcoming models, as you can see, there are big plans. Actually, AP80, AP300, AP100S, updated version of their well-known player, and AP500, probably their flagship. We'll see in future what it looks like. So it's player itself, additional screen protector. One was already applied from the beginning. I like it because I'm usually failing in applying these protectors. Micro USB cable, leather pouch for carrying, and inside of this pouch you will have simple earbuds. They are lightweight, plasticky, but actually it's better to have them than don't have. And pair of foam earbuds for these earbuds. Actually sound is pretty simple, they are not bad but not good. So mid-centric with a bit boomy bass, with some hint of harshness on treble, but actually they can be used before you buy something better. So actually they are pretty okay. So as you can see, accessory set is really nice for this price point. So you will have everything that you will need for this player. So player is really small. It's pocket size. It even can fit in your small jeans pocket. So it's made of plastic, but it's really nice plastic. It doesn't squeak, it doesn't ripple when you try to bend it. It's really hard, sturdy, and it doesn't look cheap. There are 3 color options available: black, blue and red one. Later probably there will be other options. So it's really light, but not too light actually. It's pleasant weight. You can sense that it's a reliable device, not something absolutely cheap. On this side there is on-off button. It's also used to off screen and volume control. As you can see, it has unusual shape with one part recessed and second not, so you can easily find it by touch, not looking at this button. So you can adjust volume in your pocket easily. Here is micro SD card. It supports all SD cards that exist now up to 256 gigabytes. Micro USB slot and headphone output with this nice circle around it. Micro USB can be used to access the contents of the SD card, and also this device can be used as the external digital to analog converter with your smartphone or with your PC, for example. Also, Hidizs promised that they will add USB out functionality, so it can be used as a digital transport for the external digital to analog converters. Really nice feature that many likes to see now. So let's turn it on. Boot up speed is pretty quick, and it can resume playing where it was stopped. So as you can see, screen is pretty nice. It remains visible on the bright sun, not the super visible, but actually okay to control player. It has normal viewing angles, its color offers nice quality, actually good screen for the low budget player. And on the bottom there are controls. Controls are sensor, so it's not pretty comfortable to control this player in your pocket actually. As you can see, there is USB on the go supported, but honestly I didn't test it actually. So here is main menu. It's music browse, music settings, system settings browse by category. Music browse is simple, it's all your folders. Music category, it's songs, albums, artists, genre, favorites, and so on. Recently played, a good set of features that modern players has. My 34 gigabyte SD card with flux, it's scanned for about 1 minute, maybe a bit more. So in music settings there is scan for music, gain, equalizer, play mode, resume from breakpoint, gapless. It's actually, this player has gapless and it implemented nicely. Maximum volume and startup volume. So actually channel balance, common set of options. So here is language. Selection isn't really big. USB mode, digital to analog converter or USB out. Brightness, now it's set to maximum. Backlight time, folder skip, should it skip to next folder when playing. So different other settings, what to do with volume keys, for example, power saving shutdown, so on so forth, firmware update. So everything that you can expect actually here. So control wise, by the way, on the now playing there is nice menu. So my firmware is pretty good, it's fast, it's pretty stable, it updated by Hidizs very quickly, but buttons are not really comfortable. You can't operate this player in the pocket without seeing it. So, and they are pretty small. There are sometimes you can make mistake pressing instead of play pause, pressing one of these buttons and player will skip to next song. So sensor controls is probably the only option that can fit in this size, but it's not the most comfortable. Of course it's pretty okay, it remains controllable, but when you need to change something, you definitely should pull it out of your pocket and look on these buttons. But actually I get used to, so it's an issue for me, but not that big. Inside of this tiny body is hidden 1000 mAh battery. It gives this player more than 10 hours of playback. In my standard test I'm using Mi Audio P1 Pinnacle as a load, volume set to 50, and I'm playing FLAC files with resolution 44 kHz 16 bits. It gives 10 hours 45 minutes. Charging took 2 hours because this player took only half of an ampere during charging, so there is no need to use powerful charging with it. I think it's really good numbers for this small device. It's enough for the whole day of music. And about sound. First thing I'd like to notice it is the quality of Bluetooth output here. It supports aptX codec, so it sounds better than the player that doesn't have it. For example, FiO X1 second generation recently released and priced almost the same doesn't support this codec, so it over wireless connection it sounds not that good. As for headphone output and wired connection, actually this player has some disadvantages. First one, it's really lacking power. It's only 35 milliwatts for the 32 ohms load. Of course, it's enough for the vast majority of IEMs and for the sensitive full-sized cans, but usually everyone would like to have more power. This player doesn't has really more, so often you will use high gain, but actually it's not the biggest problem because in the portable setup you usually use something sensitive. And second problem of its sound, it's roll-off sub-bass. Lower frequencies below I think 40 Hz or something like this is reduced by 5 decibels, I think, so there is noticeable roll-off, and sometimes it's lacking lower frequencies weight because of that. Besides of this, lows are pretty okay. They have normal speed, not the fastest actually, but for this price range they are okay. The lows have good resolution and sounds pretty good. If there won't be this roll-off, they were really good. Mids are also okay, not the best but not the worst, so they are pretty emotional, pretty detailed without nitpicking, but nice. Imaginary stage is about average in width and a little less than average in depth, so it's not the biggest and most spacious sounding player, but actually mids are pretty okay. Treble is somewhat simplified, but it's common for this price range. So overall sound signature is leaned toward the light sound without big bass impact, so pretty okay for those who don't listen to some electronic music, pop music, and listens more to classic, rock and so on. Also, I've heard complaints about hissing of this player, but with most sensitive IEM that I have, I didn't heard too much hissing. There is some, but only in absolute when it's absolutely quiet. So actually sound is pretty normal for its price range, but I think I'll do a bigger comparison of other players in this price range. So if you prefer just sound, you should probably go for FiO X1 second generation. If you want smaller size and better Bluetooth connection, this player would be a nice option for you. Thank you for attention.